What is going on, guys? It is Duke and welcome to another Rise of Civilizations here on the channel. We're looking at some things that went down in the most recent update. It could have happened while you were sleeping. Maybe you woke up to a big rumble, a shockwave that was sent throughout the community. And what I'm talking about is one of the significant changes to the Joan of Arc commander. Now, Joan, as most of you know, is probably coined the legendary commander of the epic commanders. So she's like a legendary epic commander because she was that powerful. Everybody loved her. She was great with gathering. She was also great going out as a secondary commander to go out in a support role. So we're going to jump in right now. Let's check it out and see what happened here. So this is Joan right here, of course, you guys know. So before we get in and check out really what happened up here right behind my head, we're going to go ahead and look at the old Joan. This is the old Joan, the woman from the past that we all kind of grew to know and love. And what it was, that fourth skill right above my head, the Saint skill, which was the passive skill, reduces damage taken by the troops by 10% at level 1. If you bump all the way up to level 5, you're talking 25% reduction in damage that all the troops take. So that's big time. So if you're talking about taking, what are we talking about here? Say 100 damage, you're reducing it down to 75. So if you're going out and distributing, you're kicking out 100 damage, you're only spinning 75. So it kind of works out great. She was great in that role and amazing. Like I said, she reduced damage. Now, if we get rid of this old Joan, if we get rid of old Joan, we bring in new Joan and look at this fourth skill. Now, reduces normal. No, it doesn't. It doesn't reduce. Now it increases her normal attack damage of the crew. So no more of that reduction in damage. That's what was huge. Now, when you're pairing commanders, you got to kind of look to see a little give and take here. Maybe have tanky, strong troops, but also have a healer with that. Now, her as a healer was so beneficial to your army going out to sustaining the life of your troops, to healing them, to bringing them back. That's why I love using Lohar going up against barbarians, and because he is able to heal up some of the troops that are along with him. Well, that's what she was doing at a high level. You were seeing a lot of guys taking her out who had legendary commanders, you know, through and through, but they would bring Joan because she was so amazing. So that is the main thing. So as we're talking about getting up to this fourth skill here, you got to keep that in mind now. It's not as big of a deal right now at the moment. So, but there's still good things about her. She still is a gathering fool. And she's also still very, very, very good in the support role. Not like she used to be. So you got to kind of give it a little bit of time, especially you free-to-play players out there. Really check it out. See what some of the guys are doing, the big dogs are doing, some of the whales. See if they're still using her. Check out for feedback. But from what I hear, really still you can still pair her with Scipio, and it might not be as strong and devastating, but it's still a viable pairing, a viable grouping here. And now also one thing I want to look at too, another way that you could possibly use her. I think if we go into her first skill here, her active skill. Now look, as you can see, I have her maxed out at level 5, which I really suggest every single one of you do, because she's an epic commander. It's easy to get her sculptures, and free to play, you can really max out these skills. But at level 5, you look at the archer attack bonus, that's 30%. So like I said, using her as a secondary attacker, her skills will stack on your primary commander. Her talents will not, and talents do not stack. Skills do. Always keep that in mind. So that's a 30% bonus here. So if we stack it on top of Herman, and it looks like, I think if we go into maybe his second skill, so this is an archer attack bonus of 10%. So 10 plus 30 equals 40. So if you're throwing out some archers going out there onto the field, that's a 40% attack bonus. So things like that, try and do some juggling, try and look to see who will really work well together, who will pair well, some things like that. You can really go through and check many matchups, many pairings, things like that, and you can kind of really figure out how you want to use these guys, especially as how you figure out the way that you're leveling up. I know a lot of people, like free-to-play guys, they have Lancelot. So you look at some of his things here, and he has massive damage going on. If we look at his fourth heal, this damage reduction, things like that you can go in and check out. Like I said, she's still a very strong commander. I have her out now. I have her out gathering in my logging camp. I'm using her really to gather right now, but I was really looking forward to pairing her with Scipio as I'm upgrading him, getting him up to the point where I can use him in some attacks going in. I'm going to use him against cities. He's not great against RSS points for nuking, but that's when you have some of your nuking commanders in there. They can do that. They can have fun with that. So, like I said, keep an eye on channels, whether you're watching, say Spooby or Legend Ronnie or Chiskel, those kind of guys, Chinchi. Check out those guys, Echo Gaming. Those guys are going to have awesome information. They get really in depth. Also, make sure you're going on the Rise of Civilization Discord. Make sure you're going on those kind of places to really check out. You got to be digging for information. That's what you always have to do with this game, because things can change and you want to kind of keep up with the meta and see where things are, especially as we turn the corner, heading towards the Christmas holidays with these updates that are coming. Things change in the game, so you got to make sure you are subscribed to this channel right here and make sure you have notifications on so that you can get notified every single time a video gets released. And like I said, comment down below, what are you guys thinking? Are you guys not fazed by this update? Are you still going to use her regardless? Either way, whether it's out in the field or gathering. But like I said, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. Let me know in the comments down below, and we will catch you guys later.